3 weeks. Toby Goen, the rookie punter and kickoff man, will send it skyward. That's Brian Mitchell, one of the best in the league at running back kickoffs and punts. The versatile Mitchell to run it back. 80,000 looking on. And here we go from Jack Kent Cooke Stadium. At the 7-yard line, it's Brian Mitchell up past the 20 and ridden down at the 28-yard line. And from there will Washington begin its first drive. The tackle is made by Omar Stoutmeyer. Gus Frerotte, drafted in the 7th round out of Tulsa in 1994, won the job outright last year. And Frerotte now in his 4th season at the helm. Behind him, the tailback is Terry Allen. The fullback is Larry Bowie, who's a good receiver. Shepard and Westbrook are the wideouts, and Asher, the tight end, is their leading receiver. Up front for Danish, Patton, Ulenake, Johnson, and Ed Simmons. Simmons, one of the old Hogs, was a member of their Super Bowl teams in 87 and 91, and an injury as Wendell Davis, a backup cornerback and special teams performer for the Dallas Cowboys, is assisted to the sidelines. And Darren Woodson will be getting the start. There was some question about Woodson. There was some question, as you see him, number 28, the strong safety and a Pro Bowler, whether he would even be active tonight. But there he is in the starting lineup. A big boost for the Cowboys, who start 2 rookies defensively. First play from scrimmage is Terry Allen through the middle, and he picks up 3 out to the 31. Tony Tolbert makes the stop. Cowboys play a base 4-3. Chad Hennings is out, and Leon Lett still suspended. So Tolbert, Casillas, Anderson, a rookie, and Carver, they'll rotate up front a lot tonight. The linebackers for the Dallas Cowboys, Godfrey, Strickland, and Dexter Coakley, a pint-sized rookie on the outside. Smith and Sanders, the great corners. Marion and Woodson, the safeties. 2nd and 7 from the 31-yard line. Allen again. Big hole through the middle. And out to the 37-yard line is a little short of the first down. Fred Strickland makes the tackle.
One of the reasons that Dallas wanted Darren Woodson in there so desperately tonight is he is so tough against the run. With the 2 outstanding cornerbacks, Kevin Smith and Deion Sanders, they can play up tight, play man for man, and you can get Darren Woodson up there. Now, whether or not he's going to be healthy or not, he's got a knee brace on. He hyperextended his knee on Friday, was not expected to play, but he is a key element of the run defense for the Dallas Cowboys. They have 2 great cornerbacks, but Darren Woodson is a run stopper. He's like a linebacker at safety.
There is Chad Hennings, missing from the Dallas defensive line, and a timeout has to be taken by the Washington Redskins. So on 3rd down and inches, they're forced to burn a timeout, much to the frustration and chagrin of Coach Norv Turner. Timeout.
Thank you for calling Saturn. My name is Cindy. How can I help you?
Thank you for calling Saturn. This is Jeff. How can I help you?
On an averagely busy day, we'll have about 1,000 calls.
My horn was beeping whenever it wanted to, by itself.
Oh, gosh. I can pull up your service history records here.
So you have all of this.
I try to treat everybody that I speak to like they're my favorite aunt.
Now, do you want my home phone number?
Yes, ma'am. You really are part of family, and there are people here who care about you, and there are people here who are looking out for your best interests. Thank you for calling Saturn. This is Jeff. How can I help you?
They always do that?
Nah, they usually go for 2.
Norv Turner, in his 4th season as the Redskins coach, as you can see, and we were away for almost 2 minutes, still very frustrated over the fact they had to burn a timeout.
And if you don't follow the Redskins, Norv Turner calls the plays from the sideline. They are communicated to the quarterback, and it did appear to both Dan and I that the play that they sent in did not fit the personnel they had in.
So third and a short one, double tight end set, and they give it, or Farrak keeps it himself and picks up the first down as he takes it to the 38-yard line. So a little sneak over right guard, and they'll move the chain.
Well, Farrak packs the load. He's 6'3" and 240 pounds. Not a bad call.
Well, you know that Washington is going to go between the offensive tackles as they hammer away at the middle of the Cowboy offensive line. Trey Johnson, Jeff Ulenake, Ed Simmons, the talented right tackle. That's an easy call, especially with a big guy like Farad at 240 pounds. We are going to see a lot of running tonight.
Little swing pass out in the flats to Terry Allen. He skirts down the sideline, finally tackled by Fred Strickland as he crosses the 50 and takes it to the Dallas 46.
Boy, and Allen was dragged down very awkwardly, and you can see him get up with a slight limp. He got his legs pinned underneath him a little bit, Frank, over on that far sideline.
And something is wrong with the defense when you get the middle linebacker, Fred Strickland, the slowest of the three linebackers, in a man-for-man situation with Terry Allen. He is a good receiver, takes the ball in the backfield on little curls, and he's a good runner, of course, after he gets it.
Well, they were playing run all the way. That's the only way you end up with that coverage.
That was a 15-yard gain on their first pass, back to the ground, and Allen is ridden down by the rookie Dexter Coakley. He's only 5'10", 215 pounds pint size for a linebacker, a rookie from Appalachian State.
He might be pint size, Al, but he brings a couple gallons to the table in his athletic ability. And if you're going to get outside on the Cowboys, you have a much better chance of doing it to the Redskins' right towards Randall Godfrey. Dexter Coakley, one of the fastest linebackers in the league. It is tough to pin him inside and get outside.
Second down and 9. It's the game's opening drive. Allen to the outside, and he's taken down by Randall Godfrey as he crosses the 45. It'll be third down and 8 upcoming.
We may be in for a very fast football game tonight, in that you know the Dallas Cowboys would probably like to give it to Emmitt Smith 20 times tonight, and you know that Norv Turner would love to see Terry Allen get at least 25 carries.
Change in the offensive set for the Redskins. 3 wide receivers. Their key receiver, leading receivers, are tight end Jamie Asher, and they might want to test Darren Woodson to see if they'll lock up on the tight end with Asher.
4 receiver set. Third down and 8. Farad throws it out. A high pass, incomplete. Alvin Harper, the ex-Cowboy, with Kevin Smith, his one-time teammate, covering him on the play. Fourth down.
By design, Harper, a former high jumper, 7-foot high jumper, used to play for the Dallas Cowboys. Farad put it up there just a little bit too high. They knew Kevin Smith would be with him. Kevin Smith, he's like glue. He's like Velcro on receivers. That ball actually was thrown very well and should have been caught by Harper.
Whoa, Frank, that's a heck of a catch, don't you think?
Well, I think he would say that he should.
Matt Turk. A wobbly kick that bounces at the 15 and then bounds sideways and is down at the 19-yard line. So Turk wanted to make sure he didn't kick it into the end zone. He didn't, but back it came to the 19. That's where Dallas has it for the first time when we come back.
Freedom in the Air, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With fares so low, you have the freedom to fly. In Week 10 of the 96 season, Denver trailed the rival Raiders late in the 4th. Could the Broncos come back? Stay tuned.
What do you get when you fly Southwest Airlines? Fun fares.
Well, you've waited so long for a fare to get so nice and low now. You really should fly.
Light up the night. Southwest Airlines fun fares are so low. Want to see that again? Now you can fly just for the fun of it.
With us, 'cause we got a lot of things to do now. You really should fly. And you'll have fun, flying Southwest on a fun fair today. Fun, flying on a fun fair today.
On a night of aerial artistry, John Elway, Terrell Davis, and Rod Smith combined to hand the Raiders their first Monday night defeat in Oakland.
Rod Smith hit! 5! Touchdown, baby!
Handoff, and Marcus Allen is pounded for another loss.
He really looks flat tonight.
Now, every Monday night during football season, new Sprint Sense long-distance customers can call anywhere in the country free.
Maybe the guys upstairs can jump-start it.
Marcus, it's your wife, man.
So sign up with Sprint now.
Catherine?
Honey, my mom just called back again. Now she's not moving in.
Sprint Monday nights. They're free and clear.
Well, Marcus Allen just seems re-energized.
It has magic. It has music. It has Jason, who dances in glass shoes. Cinderella, ABC, November 2nd.
Back, beautiful autumn night in the nation's capital, just outside Washington, D.C. In the town of Raljon, Maryland, as Dallas takes it for the first time from their own 19-yard line. No score. 4 minutes and 10 seconds into the game, and Emmitt Smith's first carry of the night. He swings to the outside, and Emmitt Smith picks up about 17 before Stanley Richard makes the tackle up near the 35-yard line. Now, behind Aikman, you've got Smith with Moose Johnston, Anthony Miller, Michael Irvin outside, Eric Bjornsson, the tight end. The guys up front, the veteran 2-A, the veteran Newton, the youngster Shiver, Larry Allen, one of the best, and Eric Williams, the right tackle, used to be one of the best, struggling of late. First down from the 35-yard line. That's David LaFleur in motion. Emmitt Smith for a gain of 12. Tackled by Stanley Richards. So running on empty, Emmitt has picked up 15 and 12 on the first 2 carries. Defensively, Duff, Mims, Boutte, and Rich Owens. A banged-up line. The linebackers, Ken Harvey, Marcus Patton has moved to the middle this year, and Derek Smith, the rookie from Arizona State. Great corners, Dishman and Green. Campbell and Richard are the safeties. First down from the 46. Back-to-back first downs for number 22. They fake it to Smith. Aikman buys time. Irvin makes the catch. Flag goes down. Chris Dishman had an arm on him. Michael was still able to move away from him, and 2 flags are now down.
Well, Michael was pushing off back upfield. I know one thing. Michael was using that left arm against Dishman.
They didn't throw the flag until late, though, Dan.
I agree. The flag didn't come till late, but Michael was definitely doing a little shoving as well.
Defensive pass interference.
Yeah.
Number 26, penalty decline, first down.
And that was lost in all of that with the flags. A beautifully thrown ball by Aikman. There's the pushing there by Michael. And now here, watch this.
That's interference all the way.
Dishman pulling the arm down, but a beautifully thrown ball by Troy Aikman.
Michael Irvin, again, one of the best in trying to gain separation. Dishman actually held him twice.
3 plays, 3 first downs. That was a 42-yarder, and Emmitt Smith takes the ball inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Boy, for Redskins fans, this is tough. There is Ernie Zampese, the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, but let's take a look at it again and watch Dishman get the arm in there and pull Irvin's arm down, the left arm. And that's where the flag came. You could have thrown another one out a little earlier, but this is going to be going on all night long. Mike Nolan, the outstanding defensive coordinator for the Redskins, looking on as his team that gave up 200 yards on the ground to Philadelphia in their last game is struggling tonight also.
Second down and 6 from the 8-yard line. Emmitt Smith swings to the outside. Nothing doing this time. Ken Harvey is there to make the stop.
Well, we've already documented Dallas's problem inside the red zone.
In the red zone, where they used to be so proficient in 94 second in the league, 95 third. Last year problems. This year, only San Diego is worse in the red zone. In other words, getting inside the 20 and then scoring a touchdown. Dallas gets into the end zone only 27% of the time. 6 out of 22 trips. 4 wide outs here. 3rd and 8 from the 10.
Dishman and Irvin locked up again.
Aikman hangs in the pocket, throws. It's caught by Stepford Williams, and he's close to a first down at the 2-yard line. They were at the 10. It was 3rd down and 8. Stepford looking over toward the sticks, very close. Larry Nemers is the referee, and he'll bring in the chain.
Well, Stepford Williams is going to be open tonight. They're going to be double covering Anthony Miller and Michael Irvin, and they're trying to cover Stepper Williams underneath. That's only his 4th reception of the season, but he's very close to the first down. Some great battles going on out here tonight. Dishman against Irvin. They've scrimmaged a lot. Dishman with Houston before he came here this year, and the Cowboys and Houston used to scrimmage a lot, so they know each other really well.
Just barely, 1st and goal. Well, the last time Emmitt Smith scored a rushing touchdown in a regular season game, Thanksgiving Day last year against Washington, and he scored 3 of them.
And if you're Ernie Zampese and Barry Switzer, you give it to Emmitt Smith here 4 consecutive times if that's what it takes to get into the end zone. Get this thing over with. Get Emmitt into the end zone.
There's no question who's going to get it.
A false start.
Oh, wow. False start. Offense. Number 89. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
It's the rookie David LaFleur, their number 1 draft choice, the tight end from LSU.
And Switzer and the Cowboys have seen this before. Penalties in the end zone, and they have contributed to numbers like that or a lack thereof for Emmitt Smith.
You can see in years past, Emmitt, with frequency getting into the end zone. This year he's carried the ball 23 times inside the 20, hasn't penetrated. 1st and goal from the 7. Smith, spin to the 5. 2nd and goal. Patton and Derek Smith in on the tackle.
See, all of a sudden, without that penalty, if they run that same play from the 2-yard line where they were before, Emmitt Smith is in the end zone for a touchdown. But now the Cowboys still aren't in the end zone. They're still working at it. And people are pointing to Emmitt Smith and saying, Emmitt, you're just not the player you used to be. Go figure.
Emmitt, the sole back now in this set. On 2nd down, goal. LaFleur in motion. Aikman, a little fade, too deep, intended for Anthony Miller. 3rd and goal upcoming.
Boy, what a struggle it's been all year for Dallas. We talk about it, but it's been one of the things that's befuddled them, and Aikman really just threw that ball away. It was good coverage by the Skins. We talk about the really fine cornerbacks of the Cowboys, Kevin Smith and Deion Sanders. The Redskins with Dishman and Darrell Green, they can match them. These two are tenacious on the corners. Dishman's a real battler and a scrapper, and there's Darrell Green, one of the all-time greats in his 15th season, 37 years old, still the fastest man on the team.
Split backs, 3rd and goal, 6.5 left in the quarter. Aikman buying time. He'll pack it in and tries to dive into the end zone, but can only get to the 2. Harvey and Patton upend him there. So 4th down and goal at the 2, and they'll have to send in Richie Cunningham.
I'll tell you something. Does he care about this game or not? Number 8. He plays it with his heart. He was looking for the end zone all the way. He wasn't going to take this out of bounds. He was trying to get it into the end zone. He knows what that'll do for his football team. He dives for it, takes a hammering.
Well, certainly the strength of the Redskin defensive team is their secondary, and what a job they did. Aikman found absolutely nobody open.
19-yard field goal, and that's field goal number 19 for the first-year kicker, Richie Cunningham. But again, they can't penetrate and have to settle for 3. Aikman comes up short, but the Cowboys take the lead.
Oh, if only I could swim. I would swim over there. And I would go up and I would say, hello, I'm Louie. How are you? Nice to meet you. And then I would grab the heads and I would hold them under the water like this. Yeah.
Louie, you are one sick lizard.
Frankie, let me ask you a question.
Yeah?
These frogs, Do they really taste like chicken?
I'm not answering that.
I'm just curious.
Stop it.
Come on, it's barbecue season. Would you marinate them? Would you slow cook them? We could toss them over a salad.
I hate this part.
Monsterizer back at Taco Bell. Get them while they're fresh. Just 99 cents with the purchase of a combo meal. Taco Bell. Want some?
ABC Wednesday. Last week, we heard Mike say,
I love you.
Her response? Can't tell you. Gotta watch. Spin City, ABC Wednesday.
Richie Cunningham with his 19th field goal of the season. Jan Stenerud had the NFL record 18 field goals in the first 6 games of the 1968 season. But again, that's a two-sided coin. Great for Richie, not so great for the team.
Yeah, good news,
Owens
bad news.
kick, and Mitchell almost came out of the end zone, and then Bryan takes a knee. Washington will take it at the 20. And Monday Night Football is being brought to you by Saturn. A different kind of company, a different kind of car. Microsoft, where do you want to go today? Sprint PCS. Sprint Monday nights, they're free and clear. And Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
But we still have to go back to Cunningham's field goal and say it was brought about because of that penalty to LaFleur.
Look at that shot, the reflection of the Capitol.
For a minute, I thought I was upside down.
Well, I can think of a few lines, but we'll keep them at home. On first down, Farrat scrambles and gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage. He was chased initially by the rookie Antonio Anderson and then brought down by Anderson with Tony Tolbert coming in at the end. Antonio Anderson, a rookie 4th-round pick out of Syracuse, and he'll see a lot more playing time in the absence of Chad Hennings. Anderson, what a debut he made in the very first play in which he participated as a National Football League player. What did he do? He sacked Cordell Stewart on opening day.
He's huge, too, Al. 6'6", 312 pounds, and they expect a lot from him, and there is Chad. They don't expect him back for several weeks. Many weeks, probably about 8.
Second down and 14, and this is Stephen Davis in the backfield, taking it to the 18. Davis is the backup running back to Terry Allen, who started the game. Allen's had a broken thumb. It hasn't inhibited him recently. And now Davis comes out, and Allen is on the bench. Next week, we go to Indianapolis. The Buffalo Bills with a record of 3-3. And the Colts, as always, led by John Unitas, Lenny Moore, Raymond Berry, and Gino Marchetti.
We wish.
I'm sorry, I've got the wrong card here. Bills and Colts next Monday night from Indianapolis.
You got my card.
That card's a little brown around the edges, isn't it?
Third down and 12 as Farrat throws and somehow threads the needle to Michael Westbrook for a first down up at the 35-yard line.
And if there is a weakness against Deion Sanders, it's the deep drive to the inside. He likes to lay off the receiver, play the ball. You protect the passer. You can do that a lot against Deion. The problem, if you make a mistake, you might get 4 or 5 completions, and then he might run one back right down your throat. But you can beat him to the inside and deep.
You can beat him with size, Frank, but you can't beat him with speed. And that's where a huge guy like Westbrook, and this is a monstrous concern for the Redskins. The training staff of the Redskins looking at Terry Allen.
First down and 10 from the 35-yard line. And Farrat just throws it away. The coverage was there. So they're checking on Allen. Remember, Allen had the broken thumb. Missed some action early in the season. Actually broke the thumb on opening night against Carolina. They're looking at Terry. In the meantime, Stephen Davis is his backup. And Allen, as you can see, is a guy who has not only been durable, but has been a workhorse through the years. The NFL record 13 consecutive games with 20 more carries a couple of years ago.
Well, he owns the Redskins single-season record. He owns the Vikings single-season record. He's been good everywhere.
Second down and 10. And Farrat throws, and that's caught at the 50-yard line. Michael Westbrook, their #1 draft choice in 1995. A guy who's been a disappointment basically until now because he's been hurt so much. But Norv Turner says this guy is about ready now to break out.
And strong arm by Perrott. Again, it was a deep end to Westbrook, about 18 yards deep. Coverage this time provided by Kevin Smith. He is, like, again, I mentioned earlier, one of the great cover cornerbacks. Westbrook is a big man. You throw it at the numbers, and you cannot fight through him as a defensive back. He's 6'3" and about 220 pounds. That's a lot of receiver.
1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. Perrott stumbled, but hangs in. Great protection. Flings it deep downfield. Flag is thrown. Caught by Leslie Shepard, and he's down at the 2, but there's a flag back at the 35-yard line.
Boy, if this play stands, credit that offensive line for giving Perrott time to look around, and Leslie Shepard keeping it alive, seeing Perrott was in trouble, and then turning on the speed, and they synced out beautifully. Shepard not a key man in the pattern, but he stayed alive, and Perrott saw him.
Holding against Dallas.
Holding. Defense, number 21. Penalty decline. First down.
1st and goal, holding on Deion Sanders.
Well, you touched on it initially about the pass rush. Perrott didn't even have to throw it when he threw it. He had more time, and just what a pinpoint throw on the part of Gus Perrott. Shepard stays alive, and Gus delivers it right into the palms of his hands. Well, now we'll watch Washington in the red zone.
And you've got Stephen Davis as the tailback. They fake it to him and loft it into the end zone for Jamie Asher. Touchdown.
The leading receiver, and he was wide open.
Now, wait a second. One official is saying, no, the Skins are celebrating. One official was waving it off.
Oh, they're waving it off.
They're waving it off. One official started to tentatively signal touchdown. The Skins began to celebrate, and the head linesman came over and said no.
Incomplete rule, trapped in the end zone. 2nd down.
Well, it was a hands catch. The ball was thrown away from Asher. He had to go after it with his hands. Did he get it into his body before he hits the ground? Let's look closely. Well, it looks like he has the ball in his hands.
In the meantime, Stephen Davis makes it a moot point. Touchdown.
That he did.
Well, Davis played well against the Steelers early in the year when Allen was out with that injured thumb, a 2nd-year man out of Auburn. Got some good size to him. They may need him tonight. Good drive here. Sees a little gap, lowers the shoulder, and gets the 6.
Got a nice block at the point of attack from Larry Bowie, his fullback. He pins Darrell Hardy back to the inside, and that's just all the more you need. All the difference in the world when you're starting from the 2 like the Redskins did instead of the 7 where the Cowboys were forced back to.
Scott Blanton boots it through, and so the Redskins march back after the Dallas field goal to take the lead. 2:12 left in the opening quarter. Washington 7, Dallas 3.
My ancestor dreamt of winning the Highlands Open, but his golf wasn't up to par. So he designed a wider golf club for better control of his drives. Surely, wider is better.
Improve your drive with the Wide-Track Grand Prix Sports Sedan. Its unique Wide-Track design sets the wheels wider for better control on any course.
My family crest still bears the proverb. Nashleha, Nasher.
The Wide-Track Grand Prix. Driving excitement by Pontiac. Wider is better.
You can keep your car looking clean, but you got to keep your engine clean too. Newly formulated Valvoline DuraBlend motor oil is a synthetic blend that suspends the dirt, unburned fuel, and water that cause harmful deposits and reduces oil burn-off. DuraBlend protects vital engine parts, so your engine runs cleaner and better longer. It outperforms all leading conventional motor oils because a car can look great. But it's what's inside that counts. Valvoline DuraBlend.
Brett Favre passes, intercepted again.
His head is just not in this game.
Now, new Sprint PCS customers can make clear wireless calls for as little as 10 cents a minute anytime.
Maybe the coaches in the booth can solve this problem.
Hello? Hey, it's Brett.
So sign up with Sprint PCS now.
Can you see if I left my truck lights on?
It's just 10 cents a minute anytime.
Well, Favre sure looks a lot more relaxed.
This is big.
Super Bride!
Big and huge. Dharma and Greg have to get married again.
Just as a symbol of my love.
And it's a honker.
Dharma and Greg, ABC, Wednesday.
Let's go back and look at the catch by Asher that was overruled by the officials. From this vantage point, it looks like he made a heck of a catch. He keeps his hand underneath the ball. From that angle, it looked like he caught it. One of the officials thought that he trapped it. It was overruled, ended up being negligible as the Redskins scored on the next play. But I'm sure Asher would have loved to have had the catch.
Scott Blanton's kick. This is Brock Marion from the 9. Hit and downed at the 23-yard line by Patrice Alexander. Jack Kent Cooke Stadium. They built this in 17 and a half months. Opened last month, game 3 tonight. 7-3 Washington.
Most low-priced computer ads include legal type, like this, to let you know about all the wonderful things you won't be getting with your computer. Now this system includes everything you need to get started. Printer, monitor, and software. It's only $14.99 plus shipping and tax. And best of all, it's from Gateway. Gateway computers feature Intel Pentium processors. Call us at 1-800-GATEWAY and we'll build one for you.
We come here on a glorious quest. A search for that which can be found nowhere else. Where? In the trenches where mighty men clash? Amidst the echoes of glories past? High atop Olympus? No! This is our quest. This is what football is all about. Now all I gotta do is find that nacho guy.
Excuse me, is the seat taken?
With the power of new Visa Platinum, you can rent a villa in St. Bart's, while away the long tropical days, sharing Coquille Saint-Jacques with Nastasia Kinski. Of course, you're fired. You'd lose your job. You hate Coquille Saint-Jacques, and Nastasia is actually dating a European kickboxer called
Serge.
But with the exceptional purchase power of the new Visa Platinum card, isn't it really nice to know you could? Visa Platinum, it's everywhere you want to be.
Primetime lineup tomorrow here on ABC. Home Improvement starts it off. Soul Man, then another Home Improvement with Tim Allen, Hiller and Diller, and NYPD Blue. And then on Wednesday night, you've got Spin City, Dharma and Greg, the Drew Carey Show, Ellen, and Primetime Live, comprising the Primetime lineup right here on ABC. Terry Allen, bad news to the Skins. Sprained knee, done for the night.
And he's had 2 surgical knees, missed 2 complete seasons at Minnesota, so that might spell a major problem for Washington.
So Stephen Davis will be their feature back as Emmett Smith from the 22-yard line puts his head down and picks up 4 out to the 26. And let's go back and take a look at that injury and how it was sustained on the first drive by Terry Allen right here.
Remember, he got to the outside. That's Fred Strickland, the middle linebacker, and he brought him down at that awkward angle, and he had his left leg caught back underneath him. And that is really a shame. Already out of bounds, and Terry Allen has enjoyed a great deal of success against the Cowboys over the years. This is a real test now for the Redskins to see if they can overcome the loss of Allen.
2nd and 5. It means we'll see Stephen Davis. They can also use Brian Mitchell in that role, the versatile one. From the 27-yard line, Aikman under pressure gets buried and sacked at the 19. Marcus Patton, who used to play on the outside, they moved him inside, and he gets credit for the sack.
And that's Aikman's 10th sack of the season, and this is a lot more than they've given up in the past. Last week against the Giants, he was sacked twice, hit 8 times. He has been taking such a pounding this year, and they talk about the offensive line not being able to run block. They're not protecting Aikman like they have in the past either. And of course, Aikman gets the criticism. You get Emmitt Smith getting the criticism for lack of a running game, but this offensive line is not what it used to be.
Patton's first sack of the season on 3rd down and 12. Aikman throws, caught by Anthony Miller, but stopped short of the first down. Chris Dishman, the longtime Oiler, picked up as a free agent to play the other side with Darrell Green, and to give them a pair of great corners, saves a first down.
Wonderful work by Dishman. He's locked up on the wide receiver to the outside, sees the pass completed underneath, comes off his guy and makes the play.
Toby going to punt.
You argue long and hard as to which team has the best set of corners.
Whoever has the best pass rush.
Is being provided tonight by Goodyear. We're about 5 miles from old RFK Stadium. There's the Washington Monument coming into view, and back we come to Jack Kent Cooke Stadium as Stephen Davis picks up 2. Now with Allen gone tonight, the funny thing is, if Mark Logan had been able to play, he was a game-time decision at fullback. They would have sat Davis down, and it would have been Logan and Bowie as 2 fullbacks, and they really would have been in trouble. But when Logan couldn't play, and you see Allen right there who's finished for the night, they were able to activate Davis.
I think we'll see a lot of Brian Mitchell tonight offensively. He's a good running back. You mentioned earlier, Al, he's very versatile. He can run the football. He can catch the football out of the backfield. He could be a big plus.
Swing toward Davis is batted in the air and knocked down by Antonio Anderson, the Syracuse rookie.
We talked about his height. He's 6'6". 4th round draft pick, but they got some pretty bad information coming out of Syracuse on him. He can be a player.
The first quarter numbers coming at you here. You see both clubs moved it effectively through the air, especially both teams with big plays passing the ball. Only 18 yards rushing for the Skins, though, in 6 tries. 3 yards a whack isn't good enough.
3rd and 8. Barat throws too high. Double coverage as the intended receiver was Alvin Harper trying to split the defense with Sanders and Stoutmeyer back there. So it's 4th down. 3 and out for the Skins.
And I think we saw that Norv Turner, who calls the plays, as we've said, somewhat limited without his hammer, without Terry Allen. Going to the air, you're up 7-3. That's a perfect opportunity to start banging it out. And this will be interesting to follow for the balance of this game.
He's also told his quarterback, when you're throwing in the area of 21, don't worry about throwing it away.
Matt Turk to kick. Deion Sanders ran one back against Chicago. 83 yards on a punt a couple of weeks back. Deion, always electric, across the 50 to the 46-yard line, saluted by special teams coach Joe Avezzano. And so the Cowboys have it in Skin territory early in the 2nd quarter with Washington up by 4.
You stink.
For the new stadium in Cleveland in '99, they're hopeful of getting an expansion franchise. Danny Werfel gets the start for Mike Ditka's Saints on Sunday against the Panthers. Dolphins cut Fred Barnett and Clayton Holmes. And the cornerback, Bobby Taylor of the Eagles, knee ligament damage yesterday, likely to miss several games. That's a big blow for the Eagles. Dallas now from the 46, and Emmitt Smith fights his way to the 39-yard line on a gain of 7 before Stanley Richard, the sheriff, makes the tackle. There is Sherman Williams, and we talked about the fact that we'll see him more and more. He played a lot last week, but so far tonight, it's been E. Smith.
Well, if you're E. Smith, you want to be in there because Washington, Dan touched on it earlier, giving up an average of 154 yards a game. Philadelphia and Ricky Waters over 200 yards in their last outing, and a running back like Emmitt Smith does not want to leave this action.
2nd down and 3 from the 39. Aikman, ton of time, going deep and too deep. Michael Irvin covered well on the play by Jesse Campbell, the ex-New York Giant.
And that's just a good read by Campbell. He didn't put himself in a position where he had to play catch-up. He played Michael Irvin running that route all the way. He had deep outside, and at no time did he let himself fall behind Michael Irvin.
Well, what kind of defense? What kind of a defense gets your strong safety locked up with Michael Irvin? The next time, Michael Irvin will blow him away, I promise you.
Well, it's going to be hard to blow him away when Campbell gave that much of the field. They didn't get shoulder to shoulder till about the 2-yard line.
3rd down and 3. They blitz from the outside, and Aikman under pressure has to throw quickly, and Bjornsson can't make the play, the intended receiver, so it's 4th down.
That pass protection for Aikman, certainly not what it's been in past years, the past few years.
Wait for me, Bill.
Well, the big thing, it's a blitz. That means there has to be a blitz adjustment. And how many times over the years when there was a blitz adjustment, Troy Aikman found a guy named Jay Novacek for a 1st down. That part of the Cowboy offense is gone, and it has not been replaced.
Boy, do they miss him. And Goen
is gone.
Is gone. Going, gone. A nice dollars, and then the state of Maryland contributed $70 million for the infrastructure and roads. And Jerry Jones across the way, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, looking on as his team trails by 4 early in the second quarter. Washington starts from the 20. Stephen Davis tackled by Sanders. Davis came into national prominence. You all remember the clip that they played for about 3 days everywhere. Davis was the guy who was involved in that training camp fight. Michael Westbrook beat him up. It wound up costing Westbrook $50,000, but they've kissed and made up, and everything seems to be copacetic. But that was a much-played videotape.
And that is Michael Westbrook sitting on the Redskin bench, icing his knee.
Yeah.
Another Redskins star not in the game.
Second down and 4, and here is Davis. Out past the 30. Sanders finally bumps him out of bounds, but not until he gets all the way out to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, both teams being able to do what they came in to do, and that is run the football.
Boy, and Dion has contained, and he let him get outside.
Monday Night Football being brought to you by Budweiser. 5 generations of brewing excellence. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars. And Dollar Rent-A-Car with low rates right at the airport. Dollar makes sense. Westbrook now, for the moment, out with a sprained knee, and they're telling us he's out for the game. At the 44-yard line, Henry Ellard is now in at wide receiver, the 37-year-old, and that catch is made by the fullback Larry Bowie. And so the Redskins the rest of the night with a very short deck. No Allen and no Westbrook.
Of course, Ellard comes in as the Redskins leading receiver of the past 3 years. He is now in his 15th season. And, of course, has a remarkable career records, over 13,000 yards. But he has 8 receptions. He was the odd third receiver for the Redskins up until tonight.
Well, he's 5th all-time in number of receptions. He's 3rd in yards.
And the oldest active receiver in the league, Stephen Davis, cradles it and takes it across the 50 into Dallas territory, where it'll be 3rd down and a long 3.
Well, we mentioned at the top of the show about how the Redskins have a lot of confidence when it comes to playing the Cowboys, having won 3 out of 4. That confidence is going to be tested now with the loss of Westbrook and Terry Allen. Those are the kind of things that a young team has a hard time overcoming. A great test for Turner's Redskins.
Henry Ellard approaching his 37th birthday, actually. In the advanced stages of 36, 3rd down and 3. And that is caught by Jamie Asher, the tight end, and the Cowboys stop him close to a 1st down. Forward progress. The ball came loose, but it was down by contact.
He had the first, Al, there's no question.
Yeah, he gave up a couple yards trying to make something happen, didn't he, Frank?
Well, I think he was in the arms of the defender, though, and they're going to mark it up close to the 45-yard line. Certainly enough for the first. He steps up for the 1st down, hit right there, and that's where they'll mark it. Even though he bounced off the defender, he gets the mark.
Well, it looked like he was across the 45, got knocked back, but the spot this side of it, but just enough for the Washington 1st down.
And a good mark.
Dave Campo, the defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys, with the Skins now at the Dallas 45, and Farrat with a fake handoff that didn't fool anybody as Larry Bowie makes the catch. Tony Tolbert came crashing through and almost sacked him.
What a pass by Farrat, though.
There's a guy in this stadium, Frank, named Sonny Jurgensen, who'd be pretty proud of that sidearm throw by Farrat.
Watch this. Tony Tolbert, the leading pass rusher for the Cowboys, is right in his face, and he just whips that sidearm and gets the ball in there.
Sonny wrote the book on how to whip that thing, slingshot sidearm like that. That's beautiful work by Farrat.
2nd and 8. Going deep down the middle and 2 deep, intended for Leslie Shepard, who was covered by Kevin Smith.
Well, he had him for a moment, but Kevin Smith really made up a lot of distance on Shepard. Kevin Smith with help back there from Darren Woodson. Woodson playing on that damaged knee from Friday. They didn't expect he would be here tonight. There's the double coverage. Woodson on the inside. Kevin Smith looking for help. And Darren was not even trying to stay with him. And Kevin Smith made up a lot of space, and Perrott had to throw it away.
Remember, that's a guy who missed all of 95 with a blown Achilles. He is all the way back.
3rd and 8 from the 43, and Perrott throws, and the catch is made by Mitchell, who breaks out of a Marion tackle, and then Stoutmeyer downs him at the 24 and a first down.
And we said earlier that this guy brought a lot to the offense and versatility. He can run the football. He's a terrific receiver. You can put him out on a slot. You can do anything with Brian Mitchell. He's really a weapon. He led the NFL in combined yards for the last 3 seasons. Of course, a great return man, but that is great concentration, holding on to the football. When you know that number 31, Brock Marion, hits like a linebacker, you still concentrate on it. Marion bounces off. He gets the first down and more.
Brian Mitchell combined yards is rushing, receiving, and returning. And Davis through a huge hole in the middle, down to the 16-yard line, tackled by Woodson.
Boy, this is a fired-up Redskin team playing without Michael Westbrook. They know he's gone, their best receiver, and playing without Terry Allen, the running back. And sometimes this will really lift a football team, Dan. Other times, you'll fall apart. This time, it looks like the Redskins are getting a big lift. Look at that hole.
Well, they go right where Chad Hennings would be at that defensive tackle spot, right where Leon Lett would be at that defensive tackle spot. And that is as big a hole as you'll find between the guards.
2nd and 3, and Davis takes it to the 13-yard line and close to a first down on his 8th carry. Hervin McCormick makes the tackle. Norv Turner was the offensive coordinator of the Cowboys in 91, 92, and 93, and that means he has 2 Super Bowl rings.
So many relationships. Ernie Zampese recommended Norv Turner to the Cowboys, and then when Norv Turner, there's Ernie, they were together with the Rams. He recommended Norv Turner, and when Norv came up here to be the head coach, well, that's when Dallas brought in Ernie Zampese. They're very close, and have remained great friends.
And it is a first down.
Well, it's a new stadium. It's not RFK, but this is vintage Redskins football. It's the new version of the Hogs slamming away at the Dallas Cowboys.
Not quite the counter Trey, but
no.
Similar results,
but effective.
Some Hogs playing hurt too, Dan. There's some guys out there that weren't with them last week, or they have been limping around all week long, and they're playing well.
Almost everybody on that line's playing out of position except Simmons and Ulenik.
Fake to Davis, half roll, caught in the end zone, touchdown, James Jenkins.
The unlikely one.
So unlikely that is his first catch of the season.
He's 1 for 1.
What a great call by Norv Turner. Got a linebacker trying to cover him. And give Perrott a lot of credit. He had a defender right in his face. Perrott is rapidly developing into a fine quarterback.
Every football coach always tells his team, when somebody goes down, somebody unexpected has to step up and make plays. That time, Dallas neglected to cover James Jenkins. He had an opportunity. He made a play.
Grim look by Barry Switzer tells it all.
Land for the point after. Jenkins has played 78 National Football League games. That's his longest pass reception ever. 13 yards. First catch of the season. Place going a while as Washington leads by 11.
Pennzoil, formulated to protect against the hazards of stop-and-go driving, presents Protection.
Sends it down in the direction of Herschel Walker. And Herschel brings it back to the 26. Beautiful facility here, largest outdoor stadium in the National Football League. And, of course, the irony is, the tragic irony is that Jack Kent Cooke didn't live long enough to see his dream come to fruition. But his son is here, of course, as the owner of the team right now. A fabulous facility.
And on each shoulder pad of the Washington Redskins is the name Jack Kent Cooke.
Then you really have to admire the financial commitment that the Cooke family made to building this stadium. Again, they did not go with their hands out saying, please build this for us. Let's try to do as much of this as we can by ourselves. Commendable.
From the 26-yard line, Emmitt Smith to the outside, picks up 3. With a little less than 7 minutes to play in the first half.
Important right now for Dallas to get something happening here. They're at 14-3. A Redskin team is really fired up. They've lost their best running back. They've lost their best outside receiver, and that has really stoked this Redskins team. It's important for Dallas to get something happening right now.
From the 29-yard line. Smith again. A tough 2. Tackled at the 31-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 5.
Well, they missed Chris Mims in the middle last week. He didn't play in their game against the Eagles because of an abdominal strain, and he brings a lot of beef to the middle to play the run. And Mims coming to the Redskins sideline now. They'll rest him on passing situations, but at 290 pounds, with the absence of Sean Gilbert, he's a real anchor inside along with Boutte.
Fishman against Irvin once again.
3rd and 5. Aikman finds the open man. It is Stepfret Williams to the 39 and a Dallas first down, tackled by Keith Thibodeau.
And another first down pickup for Stepfret Williams, as double coverage on the outside is provided by the Redskins against Irvin and Anthony Miller.
Well, 4 wide receivers set for Dallas, a conventional pass rush by Washington. Only 4 guys as they drop back into coverage, and that is the type of a look that Aikman really likes.
And now Sherman Williams is in the game at tailback number 20. So Smith gets a rest, first down from the 39-yard line. Sherman goes right to work, exploits a hole, has a first down as he takes it to the 50-yard line. He's tackled by Stanley Richard. And let's check in with Lynn Swan. Lynn.
Now, most people would have thought that Darryl Green would be covering Michael Irving, but the Redskins chose a different tactical approach. They're matching speed with speed because Anthony Miller is so much faster. Chris Dishman is having a Pro Bowl caliber season, so they match him up with Irving, who's only a 4'6" guy. So Green can take away the big capabilities of Anthony Miller, the big play capabilities of Anthony Miller, Al.
The game within the game as Dallas has a first down at a 50-yard line. Aikman starts to stumble, but Williams, the third-year back out of Alabama, tackled by Jesse Campbell after he picks up 5.
Well, more on what Lynn said. I talked to Mike Nolan, the defensive coordinator, who I kind of watched grow up. I played with his father, Dick Nolan, but he said that Dishman knows Michael Irvin so well from having the many scrimmages. They play once a year in a preseason game, and he, just like Lynn said, Irvin does not have that great speed. Dishman is great on man-for-man. Green has tremendous speed. Anthony Miller, and those are the matches we're seeing tonight.
2nd and 5. Williams. And he's about a yard shy of the first down. Derek Smith, the outside linebacker, a rookie from Arizona State, drafted in the 3rd round, makes the tackle. The emergence of Smith, and they made him a starter in minicamp, enabled the Redskins to move Marcus Patton inside. Now Williams out and Emmett back in.
And I would say that Sherman did his job. He got in, provided a little explosiveness, gave Emmett a rest. But on short yardage, 22 has to be in the game.
3rd and 1, and they give it to Smith, and they bottle him up.
Absolutely nothing there at the point of attack. What a job by the Redskins. That is a complete stuff.
Rich Owens at the point of attack.
And then they went over to that left side. Mark Tuinei, Nate Newton have dominated the National Football League for so many years on that left side. And, of course, Ray Donaldson used to be at center. Now at Shiver, a smaller center. And they had Cowboys just shoved right back in Emmitt Smith's face. That is not Emmitt Smith's fault at all.
That's a Ken Harvey in the backfield, Campbell in the backfield. They just completely knocked the Cowboys on their rears.
Now Toby Goen, who booted one into the end zone, this time floats one inside the 10 and stopped at the 1. Great coverage at the 1-yard line by Charlie Williams, standing there to make sure it didn't cross the goal line. Skins in deep, but lead by 11.
of the story? Get the world's fastest sport utility vehicle. Introducing the Grand Cherokee 5.9 Limited. Get low 4.8 APR financing or get great lease rates.
And he huffed. And he puffed. But he could not blow down the steel frame house. The new steel. Feel the strength.
Bonjour. No matter how you do business,
Right this way.
it makes sense to rent from Dollar.
Gentlemen, I have prepared for your comfort.
Dollar is right at the airport with low rates. So you can always afford to entertain your clients in style. And right now at Dollar, you can rent a Dodge Neon for just $27.99 a day. Dollar Rent-A-Car. Dollar. Makes sense.
What you need to know from people who know.
Heart disease, the #1 killer of American women.
Lisa McCree, Charlie Gibson, Good Morning America on ABC.
Norv Turner coaching his 54th game with the Redskins, but this is the first time he has coached on Monday Night Football. And tonight's The Home Depot coach is back most games as an NFL coach before making his first appearance on Monday Night Football. Marv Levy, 101 games. 5 years at Kansas City without an appearance, and then in his third year with Buffalo, as Washington has Stephen Davis taken out to the 3. And now, of course, Marv Levy is a regular on Monday Night Football. We'll see Marv next week when Buffalo travels to Indianapolis.
And Dallas took a timeout, I believe. They're going to try to keep the Skins from getting a first down and hope that they get possession. And a couple of players still down on the ground. I don't know if they're injured or...
Larry Bowie, and
he is hurt.
Well, they're already minus Terry Allen. They had to sit down the backup fullback, Mark Logan, so he hasn't even dressed out tonight. And now their #1 fullback is in your picture right there and in some distress.
They're going to be down to only 2 backs. This is approaching a crisis situation. Bowie got up and walked back into the Redskin huddle. He doesn't have to come out of the game because the timeout was not called because of the injury.
Bowie, a free agent a year ago, was injured in his senior year at Georgia. Didn't attract much attention, but really came on last year, and he's coming out of the game. They're going to take a look at him, but he appears to be all right.
Well, they had their heavy formation in with Darrell Ashmore playing tight end. He's a backup offensive tackle, so now they're going to go into a more conventional offensive set. Probably only a single back with Davis.
2:24 left.